What's going on, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. I have something on my mind that I want to discuss with y'all, and also I want to hear y'all feedback on this. Today we will be talking about 3 street legends that went to prison for decades, right? 3 street legends that went to prison for very similar crimes that relate to distributing crack, and on the opposite end, murder and things to that nature. We will be discussing these street legends, and I just want to lay something out for you that I wrote down, and I really had to. You better stop messing around. My kid is on spring break. So I wrote this down and I just kept staring at it, and I was like, damn. So here I am. In today's video, I will be discussing Alpo Martinez, Rayful Edmond, and Tony Lewis. I will be talking about these men because the amount of time that all of them did separately, it shows you how snitching doesn't give you that much less of time. I'm glad we are in 2023 where we can see how the judicial system is moving, right? There are a lot of people going in prison right now and having to do the type of bids that these men did, right? But theirs is either done or almost up. So this is a prime example of how snitching just isn't the route. Alpo Martinez did 25 years. He turned into an informant. Rayful Edmond did 32 years. He'll be out very soon. But he also turned into an informant. Tony Lewis Sr. is a free man after doing 34 years without turning into an informant. So you mean to tell me 34 minus 25 is 9 years. Alpo flipped on everybody that he employed, worked with, worked by, talked to, associated with, did crimes with for 9 years? 9 years that he didn't even spend free. 9 years. He didn't even spend 9 years out in the free world. It was roughly 7 or 8, if that. He didn't make it to 2023, so it's about 7 years that he spent out in the free world. Is that worth it? I don't think so. And how about Rayful? 2 motherfucking years? You mean to tell me a person who turned informant and helped the government so much he probably will get out around the same time, 33 or 34, to build these connections with people, and to the level where the mafia is involved and the Colombians and this, that, and the fourth. You building those bonds with people and they take that serious for the same amount of time as someone who didn't turn informant and potentially get their whole family put in danger over a credit of time. Knocking off 30 months here and knocking off this sentence and knocking off these amount of years. Is it worth it to get out in the same amount of time as somebody who didn't do all that snitching? I don't think it is. Now, I feel like the difference in these men that snitched versus the men that didn't is the level of support. It's a difference in support that I see. And to me, that shows a lot for the character of the people that we're talking about. It says a lot about their character and how it was and how they treated people on the outside when they were free, no indictment. If they were in their kids' lives, you see how big Meech and Lil Meech is? says a lot about how he actually was in his son's life. And he actually was a very hands-on father. Do you know how many sons of street legends there are walking out here today, and how they don't have the capacity to play their own father? They don't have any of what their father was, and it's mainly because their father wasn't around for it to rub off at all. In those 9 years of Tony Lewis Jr. spending quality time with his father, it made a huge difference on how he felt about his father's freedom, how he felt in wanting to help and wanted to do all he could in the free world to get his father a second chance. In order to do that, you have to have proper education, and you really have to have the thoroughness to keep it going. You could try to start a movement, but it's not going to be impactful. It's not going to withstand the test of time and keep the pressure on the judicial system to do what it is you're pleading. We can say free this person and free that person, but with no real action will come with no real result. In my opinion, Alpo and Rayful were in positions where nobody but a small percentage would have supported them. And when I say supported them, I mean put something on their books and talk to them on the phone. Only a sprinkle of people would do so. But the type of support that is needed, the type of support that got Tony Lewis Sr. out of prison, that's what is necessary. For Rayful and Alpo, it was never, we're going to hold this rally and support you. We're going to do this press conference and support you. We are going to talk to the news stations and all. We got your back. I want young men, young people of today to know that you can tell on yourself. You can definitely tell on yourself without including any other person in that. You can definitely confess to your own crime, but a lot of people don't want to do that because they know that the other people won't take accountability for the role they played, and it's all going to fall on them. Do you know what karma is? Whoever doesn't take accountability, that's not your concern. You can take accountability for your own actions without pulling other people down. Because at the end of the day, karma and God is going to deal with them in the most unpleasant way. And they're never going to expect it. That don't have nothing to do with you. Once you see that has been done, then you can say, I did have some type of feelings like in regret of me speaking my truth on what I've done, because I had to take the amount of weight for it. Because once you get your punishment for taking accountability for your role, that's it. You can come home in whatever time, good time, the full amount, whatever, and you will have an extremely warm welcome. Or you can fold, snitch, point the finger to lessen your sentence, and you think, okay, cool. But we see it doesn't pay to snitch. Because what happened? Karma got Sammy the Bull's ass. He got that 5 years, and then he got out and was fucking with the narcotics and doing the little drug ring and everything, and got sent right back and did a whole lot of time. A whole lot of time. Alpo, even the amount of time that he did, it's like, you did just about the same amount as these guys. All because you didn't want life, but Tony Lewis had life. And got out after learning the proper lessons that he had to. Any person with a extensive criminal record is hard to defend as it is. Whoever is alongside you, taking this ride with you, this journey to try to get your freedom, they cannot make excuses for what you've done. All that needs to be spoken is remorse, regrets, and redemption. Once Alpo got out and that sketchy documentary unfolded and the clips was put out, and it was all wrong because there was a lack of remorse. Deeply entrapped within everything he was saying. You can't mix no remorse with regret, because it's only going to be regret of the time that you spent locked up. But it's not so much as regretting all the foul things that you have done. Rayful rationalized telling a lot of information because he wanted to lessen his mother's sentence, and that might have been so for a few things that was documented, but Rayful's name is on a lot of people's paperwork as he's took the stand and told testimony and things of what he's witnessed, of associates that he has had, and so much more. As a lot of people are committing crimes right this minute. And you want somebody to plead for you, to plead either your innocence or your remorse. Do right by your people, and your people will support you through the decades and help. Not help put money on your books and help you out with a slight conversation until the folks cut it off. Help you in a way to get a second chance. Because if you know that you've burned every single bridge, you're going to try as desperate as possible to snitch, make excuses, and point the finger, and God sees all. It's your girl, B. Octavia. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for tuning in to yet another video, and I will see y'all in my next one.